You are not because we allow you to enter without it. You you got your admission without any cutoff mark. It's just the regularization that is needed from you, but you are finding it very difficult to do that. So please try and see that that this is done. Maybe in the next couple of days. We do it here in DLC. I believe most of you here are from Zaria. So for those in Zaria, they can do it here, and the regularization can be done in all centers accredited by JAM. Student discipline. Like I told you, as you're coming in, we will tell you these are the do and don'ts. Does and if you follow it, you graduate without difficulty. Because our certificate, the ABU certificate, is not given just because of your academic excellence. No, we give our certificate based on what? Character and learning. If because you are our ambassadors. If you go out and misbehave, they say he's an ABU graduate. Because we keep on telling people that ABU graduate is always ahead of you. In what? In indiscipline, in academics. But discipline is really, really a very important aspect of life. So we have examination regulations and irregularities. We have punishment, which I think will be discussed subsequently. So we do send correspondences to those involved in malpractice, and after the interaction with the student, because before we said we are rusticating you or we are withdrawing your admissions, you have to be given the chance to defend yourself so that we will be fair to you. We'll call you, you come before the committee, the lecturer will also be around, he will testify. If it is not something, maybe we want to be fair to all, so that you won't say, because he doesn't like my face, that is why he's doing that. Even witnesses around must sign so that we know that what he is bringing is actually what really happened at the examination venue, because we don't want to victimize students. You have equal right, just like the tutors have their rights too. So once we found you wanting, we'll just send you, or we'll just put you on the right punishment. If it is rustication, if it is a written warning, if it is this. But what we noticed lately is that our students, because you people are, we call you executive students. Because most of you, maybe they are executive officers somewhere, some of them are MDs, some of them are maybe politicians, some of them, we have all kinds of students, some of them are ambassadors, we have them all over. So long as you are a student, you remain a student. Forget about your office. You might be an employer of labor. You have employees, maybe hundreds of them under you. But once you choose to be in school, you should behave like one. Some of them, the kind of utterances they give to their tutors, invigilators, whatever. Some of them, we have tolerance, zero tolerance for corruption. Some of them will be offering a lot of money to the tutors and to the invigilators during exams. ABU is ABU wherever we are. So we should try and respect our constituted authority. If you do that, then if you are reported, then you know where you belong. You don't belong to this cycle, because this cycle is a cycle of discipline. So we want you to always behave like one. Some of them will also be, and Mark you, in every situation, there are bad eggs. So we always tell our students, if you have issues with your lecturers, report. Report. Maybe a lecturer may ask you to give him this. I will do that. Especially on the issue of project, we have been receiving complaints. And once we receive that complaint, that tutor is removed completely from the DLC's platform. We don't tolerate that. So if you have such issues, some of them will be saying that we don't want to report because you shouldn't even tell us your name. You can report the tutor and then we'll find out. And even those tutors that don't normally attend classes could also be reported. We have our back end. You are given the opportunity to do all those things, but it's like you are misusing your opportunities, but you will just be saying all kinds of things within you. Feel free to contact your deans. Feel free to contact your program coordinators. Free to contact the principal officers. Any of the principal officers is ready to assist you at any point in time. So please try by all means to be feeding us with information. Because if you don't have such information, how do you want us to act? We can't act without having concrete knowledge of what is happening within us. It could be us. It could be me. Maybe the secretary is collecting this amount of money for transcript. She won't sign my transcript until I pay this amount. You can easily report me to the director. She will take action. He will definitely take action. Because most of these things that are associated with the students, the director is not directly involved. We are doing it on his behalf. So, we don't expect him to do that. But if we do that, some of us, maybe the DD account, the finance officer is the DDLS, whatever, you are free because we are in a setting where students, we don't have contact with you face to face. You might be having difficulty in accessing whoever you want to talk to, but we have this thing online. We have officers around who could assist you solve some of these your problems. So that's why we are giving you that mandate to report. If you see something, say something. If something is bothering you, we don't want you to have mental stress because of DLC. Because it is established that online students are more depressed than on-campus students. Why? Because some of them may be having issues within them, but they don't know how to communicate or how to contact individuals for their problems. So for DLC, we allow you to do whatever you want to. But mind you, I always tell people, respect is reciprocal. If you don't give it, you will not receive it. Some of you, the way you talk to your tutors, as if you are superior. You talk to your lecturer anyhow because you feel you are an executive student, because you feel you are occupying an office. I told you that is not acceptable in DLs. We will respect you as individuals, and then we expect you to also respect us as management, as tutors, as your elders. Because if you do that and you are reported, then definitely action will be taken against you. And the level of exam malpractice, I'm dwelling on this student discipline. The level of exam malpractice in DLC is becoming something else. In main campus, just ordinary students, these young guys, maybe during Senate standing, you will see that they are reporting cases, maybe 1 or 2 cases of exam malpractice. But in a semester in DLC, you will see like 50 students. Why? Why? Because you are not seen, but you will be invited to face the panel. And then you will see notes. You will see people entering with gadgets, phone. I wonder the way they even, I don't know how they usually enter the examination hall with phones, even though they are being searched before entering. So please, that should be stopped. We are advising you that should be stopped, please. I think I've come to the end of my presentation. So thank you for listening and for taking measurable time. Um, Thank you very much, the secretary. The secretary has done justice to, it has touched all areas and almost every information you need to know about the Ahmad Bello University distance learning. Without wasting time, we'll go straight to the next presentation, which is supposed to be by the Deputy Director Academic. But the presentation will be taken by the Dean of Business Management in person of Dr. Halima Shuaibu. And she'll be talking to us about achieving academic excellence in ABUDLC, examination guidelines, rules, examination malpractice, course credit system. So please, I need you to sit back and relax and open your ears to listen because this has to do thoroughly with examination and examination malpractice. You can use the
Slow.
Slow.
Can use this.
Yeah, okay, slow. Yeah, okay, понимаешь, slow. Это не стоит. Чувствуй. Окей. Отметили. Боишься слова?
Вот сейчас.
I don't get it for English.
Yes. Yes.
Why people are complaining online that you can't hear? Magic. It's loud, so there's nothing like that. Maybe that Ankara follow.
I don't think it's really loud. So me yasa ma baya mutum ba. Sorry, bari. Bring it store. Hawa kuncin ne na rasa me yasa ya fi matsar da shi. Yes, I guess. What have to do? Yeah, I see. International. Nada assim. Agarrar é conveniente. Just go. Moving. Maybe from the attachment. Okay.
That's actually a position move. Yeah.
I am moving. One combination. Just a very small. We find out to go. So. Okay now.
Mr. Chidawara. Next one.
When is the shark? Okay. Just slow. Yeah. Just
Okay.
right now.
Thank you. Good morning, the director. Good morning, the principal officers of ABUDLC. Good morning, the deans, program coordinators, and all the other staff of ABUDLC. Good morning, all students. You're welcome to May semester 2025 student orientation. I am going to be making this presentation on behalf of the Deputy Director, Didi Akkad, in the person of Professor Mariam Akodewu. And the title of this presentation is Achieving Academic Excellence in Distance Learning Center, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. And, sorry, it's slow. This presentation is going to commence with this quote that is being authorized by Abigail Adams. The quote says, "Learning is not attained by chance. It must be sorted out for, with ardor, and attended to with diligence." You all are not here by mistake, okay? You enrolled for the program by attending the form, did your registration, and you are here and you're already presently taking your lectures by your tutors. So what is the ardor in it? It is the passion, the persistence, the mindset of wanting to achieve the particular degree you enrolled for. And we urge you all to attain it with due diligence. So what is academic excellence? Academic excellence refers to achieving outstanding academic performance, demonstrating a high level of mastery, the ability to achieve and to excel in educational activities. As you can see, that diagram over there, the graphics, in every academic excellence pursuit, it starts with a step. And nobody is saying you have a ceiling, a glass ceiling above your head. It all depends on what you want to sort out for, what you want to acquire, the degree you want to pursue, and so on and so forth. So therefore, excellence is not a destination. It can never be. It is a continuous journey and it never ends. ABUDLC has developed a brand name over the years. It has constantly been mentioned by the last presenter, the secretary. So over the years,
of hard work and dedication, which must be upheld and protected at all costs. Okay? ABU is renowned for its academic excellence demonstrated through various achievements and rankings. This information, you can find it when you browse. It's not a mere saying that ABU has a name to protect. It has already been established. There are several rankings that ABU usually is being ranked the first in most of the, things that has been carried out before. So ABU DLC is highly rated by NUC and often serve as a role model and a pace setter. Wherever you go, ABU DLC here is a role model. Most universities who have ventured into distance learning usually come here to ask us, how did you get it up to this place? How did you do it? What are we supposed to do? If you go to the National University Commission and ask them issues or how to come up with distance learning in universities, most at times universities are being referred to come here and ask us, how did we get here? How did we do it? So you can see we have a name to protect, and also we have always been ranked at the top list. So it is expected that our learners, which are you, the students, should be able to contribute meaningfully to the society, okay? So we wouldn't want a situation whereby students will come and, exhibit behaviors and, characters that will draw down the name and the prestige of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. So why the pursuit of academic excellence? You want to ask yourself, academic excellence, why do I want to pursue academic excellence? And as you can see, for your personal and professional growth, if you enroll in a program, an undergraduate program today, by the time you graduate, you want to also enroll for a master's degree. You can see you are indirectly developing yourself. We have career opportunities. Some of you here are being stuck to get a promotion in your various places of work due to the fact that maybe there's a particular degree that you have not yet obtained. So in the quest to get to that position, that is the reason why you are in this program. And it's tied down to what? Career opportunities, which empowers you to overcome challenges in your various places of work and equip you with tools required for success. For also competitive advantage, there are competitions everywhere. We are in the 21st century. Nobody wants to lag behind, okay? So for societal impact, when you are learned, you contribute meaningfully to your society. You seek to see that your society, in one way or the other, attain a growth and development. You want to use the knowledge you've acquired, the skills to, make a positive impact in the society where you belong. And also there is this lifelong learning, which is a sustainable development goal number 4. Learning never stops. You keep on learning new things, acquiring, certificates and degrees always on set if you chose to stop. And also to qualify our learners for admission to graduate and professional schools for graduation. We also want you, at the time you've completed your program here, you can enroll for master's degree either within ABU DLC or elsewhere. To make our learners excel or survive in the competitive job markets, whether we like it or not, a situation will come whereby you go seeking for a job. There you will see other candidates from various different universities. And it is now time for you to showcase where you came from, the skills you have obtained, the knowledge you have, gathered. So it is a competition for you. So you really have to showcase what you have, gotten from or obtained from the university. To build the patronage of our distance learning academic programs, one basic reason why we choose to pursue academic excellence is to build the patronage of our programs. Who are the stakeholders in ensuring academic excellence? As you can see, the distance learners is the first stop on the list. If you are not here, we will not be here. We are here because of all of you. And there is this particular phrase that said, customers are what? King, and therefore they hold the life of what? An organization. The next stakeholder in the pursuit of academic excellence is the ABU DLC management, which encompasses the director and the principal officers. Each and every program here has his or her program coordinators. Okay, we have coordinators that coordinate each and every program of the center. And also the quality assurance unit, which will ensure that things are being done the way and manner they are supposed to be done, just like what the secretary highlighted. And your e-tutors, they take you in, day out, different courses. You have different tutors for different courses. They are also part of the stakeholders in ensuring academic excellence. The IT staff, you want to believe with me that at a certain point in time, you get stuck in trying to navigate the elements or trying to submit your assignments. You are usually linked to an IT staff who will guide you to get it right. And all support staff, anybody you see in ABU DLC is ready to support you. So feel free to communicate to everyone. This is a simple arithmetic. The student behavior, which was the last slide of the secretary's presentation. You don't just get ABU certificate out of the blue. You must acquire this. The arithmetic is very simple. Character and learning, then we'll hand over the certificates to you. Okay? Is there a board mass here? No, it's as simple as straightforward. So we expect you to, have this decorum behavior, professional behavior within you and your tutors, you and your fellow colleagues, you and every individual that is part of what your academic pursuit. We will now see an overview of the system. So this is the academic calendar. The academic calendar of Distance Learning Center is developed annually by the management of the center and presented to academic board for deliberation and approval. In every session, we have 3 semesters. That is the January semester, the May semester, and the September semester. Each semester is comprised of the following: the registration exercise, that is for the new students and also returning students, 13 weeks of lectures, 1 week of optional tutorial, that is face-to-face. You can choose to come down to the center and, take tutorials from your tutors, and you get the chance to see them face-to-face, and also 2 weeks of examination. So we have this being embedded in one semester and across the 3 semesters in a session. The course status and requirements for graduation. There are 3. We have core course, we have the cognate course, and we have the elective course. So we are going to take each and every one after the other. The core course. Courses are mandatory courses you must study to meet the requirement for your program. If you have 1 core course left without taking it, then you are not due for graduation. If a student fails a course at the end of a semester, such a failed course constitutes a carryover, and it is carried over to the corresponding semester or session. So you are expected to register your failed course the next semester. A student cannot graduate unless he or she passed all core courses in the various levels of study. Core courses may be prescribed for both within and outside your program. Take, for example, nursing. They have courses that are core, which might not necessarily be within the program. Once a course is core, you are expected to pass it all 100% before graduation. The cognate courses. This is a compulsory course taken from other departments for your interest. Cognate courses are intended to expand your knowledge in a related field of discipline and develop transferable skills in areas that are related to your program, that are relevant in your interests and goals, such as administration, education, and management. So it has all the features of a core course. Students from nursing department usually take courses from anatomy and, physiology. They are all cognate courses and must be passed before graduation. The elective courses. Elective courses are courses that you can take outside your required curriculum. They are optional courses allowing you to study topics that are of interest to you. It is selected to broaden knowledge, explore interests, develop new skills. If an elective course is failed, you have the right to retake it or abandon it. Let me explain this, please. Elective course is something that is not going to be imposed on you. And if you take it, it is at your advantage, but make sure you pass it. What this last sentence is saying is, if peradventure you failed an elective course, you will not take it again, but it's going to have a negative bearing on your CGPA. So if you're taking an elective courses, make sure you will try as much as possible to pass it so that it will have a positive bearing on your results. So the number of elective courses which can be registered by a student in a particular semester depends on some factors, which are the number of credit units short of the permissible maximum after deducting the total credit units for the core courses. If you still have space to accommodate any course, that is, if you have not exhausted the total number of credit units, you might want to take an elective course. Credit units of the particular elective course is being registered, maximum credit load allowed by the faculty or university for the semester, the prevailing rule in the faculty regarding the elective. You know, there are rules which you want to acquaint yourself with before taking an elective. And you are also strongly advised to seek the counsel from your program coordinators before choosing and registering for unrestricted elective courses. Some of you don't know your program coordinators. Some of you will just enroll for the program. You don't want to even find out who is my coordinator. You wouldn't want to get the contact of your coordinator. And these are some of the issues that they are there to rightly guide you. You can feel free to communicate to your coordinators, either voice call, WhatsApp messages, email, and we will attend to your queries. The DLC examination. So the DLC assessments. We have two basic types of assessments. The formative, which is usually known as the what? Continuous assessment, and the summative, which is the what? Final semester examination. The formative, the continuous assessment, what is the purpose of this assessment? To monitor your progress and also to identify areas for improvement. Some of you will be graded, okay, if you score 12 over 30 in your CA, you have already been informed to actually buckle up for what? The exams. Get serious with the exams, okay? So it's a progress report that will tell you your stance in a particular course. And also, the semester exams is to evaluate your learning, to measure the achievement and mastery of the learning outcomes. If you look at your course outline, in each and every topic, we have a spelled out, outcomes that we want to ask you at the end of the exams, if at all it has been achieved. The continuous assessment in ABU GLC is 30 marks. You need to score 30 marks for the continuous assessment. And this 30 marks is further broken down into 4 assessments. We have the gradable forums, which is 5 marks. We have the individual assignment, which is 5 marks. The returning student will want to believe with me, previously the individual assignment is what? 15 marks. So please, it has been changed. Individual assignment now is what? 5 marks. Then group assignment is 5 marks, and finally the quiz is now 15 marks. Okay, so there are some rules that are binded to taking a quiz. If before you don't care about those rules because quiz is just 5 marks, now quiz is 15 marks. And there are some strong rules that if you don't take those rules before attempting the quiz, you're going to fall into deep trouble. The portal manager will take you on that. The examination is 70 marks. So, and also the examination is broken down into 2. We have the CBT aspect, which is 20 marks, and we have the essay, 50 marks. Usually we'll give you 6 questions to answer what? 4. JENS courses semester examination now is purely, strictly CBT. There is no essay writing in JENS courses. I hope you know what JENS courses are. JENS 101, 103, and so on and so forth. It's just CBT. We will not need you to write paper and pen exams for JENS courses. It's just CBT. So, the grade point aggregate, which is the GPA, is a system of an A to F classification of scores. And this classification of degrees, as you can see, the CGPA and the class of degree, 4.5 to 5 points first class, 3.50 to 4.49 second class upper division, 2.40 to 3.39 second class lower division, 1.50 to 2.39 third class, 1.0 to 1.49 pass degree, and below 1 point is fail. This is for just undergraduate programs. For professional master's programs, the degrees are not classified. There's no how you see it on your certificate, first class, second class, upper, second class, lower. No, it's non-classifiable what degree. Industrial training, teaching practice, laboratory practicals, and practicum. Some programs have all this, and they are all what's required to be satisfied before graduation. There will be industrial training, teaching practice, laboratory, practical, and practicum, depending on your program. I'm not saying all this is available in all programs, no. Mostly for science-based programs, you find all this, okay? You are advised to undertake the practical, practicum, and teaching practice at when due. One of the requirements is this final project now. One of the requirements for graduation is written project both at the undergraduate level and postgraduate level. I hope you all know what projects are. Good. It has credit units ranging from 2 to 6 credit units depending on your program. Student will be assigned to a supervisor at the beginning of the first semester of your final year. If you are in 400 level first semester, you should be assigned towards a supervisor for the undergraduate program. Then for the postgraduate program, students will be assigned to supervisors in their third semester of their registration. So undergraduate and postgraduate students are expected to submit an e-copy, that is, you burn it in a CD, alongside with 3 copies of hardbound, project at the completion. ABUDLC deferment. We now have basically 2 types of deferment. That is the semester deferment and the course deferment. The examination deferment you usually know has been abrogated. And this is going to be well elaborate. It's going to be explained by the portal manager when he's doing his presentation. Tutorial. There are usually 1 week of face-to-face tutorial at the Distance Learning Center, Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, for our learners before exams. Learners can take the advantage of the tutorial window to interact one-on-one with their e-tutors, and the tutorial is also virtually transmitted for those who will not be able to come to the center. Okay? Exams in ABUDLC. Qualification. For a student to qualify to sit for a course exams, you must satisfy 75% attendance in all courses. Some want to wonder, this is not a physical class. How are they going to checkmate that 75% attendance? We have our ways in doing it because your tutors usually complain. In a class of 100 students, you hardly find 20 students joining the class. You don't motivate the tutor. If you're not there to join the class, the tutor will next week, okay, after all, they will not join. Also, I will not take the class. And before you know it, the student will still come running to ABUDLC. The associate tutor is not available. Please try your very best to join the class. The system is very flexible, very flexible, because you negotiate and arrange the time for your lectures between you and your tutors. If the majority of the class are trying to raise a flag that the time is not okay, the tutor should change the timing and the day. If I told the tutor said, no, it must be, you are free to talk to us. We'll have our ways and how to go around it, please. So before you qualify for ABUDLC exams, we'll have to checkmate if you have that 75% attendance. Examination timetable. The semester examination timetable is signed and stamped by the director and sent to students exactly 1 month before exams. Some of us are workers, and you will need to present a timetable so that you will take either 1 week or 2 weeks leave from your office to, write your exams. So by the time you present this timetable stamped and signed by the director, it makes the process easy for you to apply for the break. Exam slip. Students are expected to print out their examination slip before the commencement of exams. This is a very serious issue, because a student will just come to an examination center. Where is your exam slip? They will tell you, I have not printed it. When I was about to print it, the site is locked, is not opening. Different excuses. How am I then supposed to know you are a bona fide student to take that exam? And this exam slip portal is usually left open for close to 3 weeks, if not more. The portal manager will say something about it. So you are expected to, by all means, print out your examination slip before exams. If not, you end up causing delay for you. So that is, if at all the examiners want to help the invigilators, they will have to, start searching. You waste time doing something that you ought to have done long ago. So once it's open, you'll be communicated to. You are all expected to do the needful, please. Exam venue. A document containing all the examination centers and the programs assigned to a particular venue is shared with students 1 week before exams. This has always been the tradition of ABU DLC. We never fail to share examination timetable 1 month before exams, and so also we avail the document of exam venue to students a week before exams. You will agree with me, for those of you writing exams in Zaria, we don't have just ABU DLC as our center. We have the gym, okay? For those of you writing exams in Abuja, we have close to about more than 10 centers. So if you don't look at this document and try to search where your program falls in, how are you going to use this? Student come in, I'm supposed to write computer science, and he is at the venue where nursing, just nursing. If you calculate it, he's there around 9:30, exams have commenced. By the time the investigators are able to carry the document and help him check for his venue, we'll have to start calling. So person is coming. By the time we get there, it's almost more than an hour. That is if the proximity is not that, far. These are things you are supposed to do, for goodness sake. Look at the document. Where am I writing exams? If it's in Kaduna, if it's in Abuja, if it's in states that we have more than one center, it is your responsibility to look at the document and actually try to figure out where is my center. And in fact, some serious students, and I say this with my full chest, some serious students will even go to the center before exams, not on Friday that we commence exams. Maybe Thursday or Wednesday, they want to calculate the time. If I leave my home so time, how many minutes will it take me to the center? So please, you need to want to practice the such, because it's going to be at your advantage, okay? So lateness to examination. Students are expected to be very conscious about the timing of the commencement of examination. Lateness to examination will not be tolerated. Nobody is telling you to start coming to exam, leave your homes 9 o'clock. We are telling you that by 9, it is expected that you are already seated in front of your computer, getting ready to start your exams. Lateness, if it's above 30 minutes, is not going to be tolerated. We have sent so many students fail to write exams because they came late. And it's your fault. They'll tell you, I was stuck in traffic. If I'm supposed to pass through a route that has traffic, then I should be able to calculate it and put it in my timing. I will leave from 7 o'clock. I will leave from 7:30. At least, what will you do to yourself if you get to an examination center? You will relax, you will read your book, you carry your last minute jottings and go through, than to come in a haste, sweating. All what you've read is trying to escape from your brain. So please, try as much as possible to mitigate that late coming. Nobody can do it for you except you, your own self. And what are the consequences? Denied entry. We have done that severally. There is no how a student will come to an examination late while some students have already submitted and are allowed to sit another exam. It's not possible. So you'll be denied entry. Reduce time. That is, if you're able to get there within that span of 30 minutes, if you have the whole marking scheme to write for us, you will not be able to do that because you have reduced your time by coming late. Stress, anxiety, disruption, missed instruction. Sometimes you must have past instruction. You're not there, you will not know. When they come to answer early, they will ask you, didn't you hear us saying, drop your phone? They'll say they didn't hear. Why? Because they came late. And it has happened severally. When you come late, you forget your phones, your last minute jottings in your pocket. Even if it's not intentional, to us it is, because you came into the examination hall with it. So you can see what lateness will cost you. Work on that, please. Examination misconduct. You are strongly advised to abide by the rules and regulations governing the conduct of the examination. Do not introduce or use. Please mark this sentence. Do not even introduce it. Not telling us that you did not use it. Nobody will listen to you. Do not introduce or use phones, cheat notes, smart wristwatches, smart glasses, all this USB, etc. Do not send someone to write the examination for you. Do not disrespect your invigilators, the IT, and the exam support staff. When you come to an examination, we check you. There is no center in the whole of this country that we don't search and check you before you go in. So even if you mistakenly forgot something in your pocket, by the time you join the queue and you notice that students that are in front of you are being searched, then you should have the conscience of searching yourself before you get there. Sometimes it's not intentional. I totally agree with that, but we are not going to listen to you. That is why when you see a process is being conducted, you checkmate yourself before you get in there. Search your pockets. If you have any last minute jotting, if you have any phone, whatever, remove it and keep it. Almost in all centers, there are provisions where you keep your items. They will write on a, what is it called? It is masking tape and give it to you. You do that, please. If not, what are the consequences? Expulsion or suspension. They come here, we know what we pass through, just like what the secretary rightly said. Loss of self-reputation. If you are caught teaching, what other self-reputation do you have? Where is the credibility? Damage of academic integrity. Denial of future opportunities. It's possible you were pursuing that degree for a particular promotion. If I catch you with phone and you come here and we rusticate you or we withdraw our matriculation oath, that dream is defeated. Is that not so? Flexibility in ABU DLC exams. No, we are very flexible. We are the #1 flexible ABU DLC in the country. And you want to ask how? Look at it. Not all our students are stay-at-home students. We have workers. So we choose to allow you to register for your exams, either weekend or weekday. Whichever course you have registered for is available in the weekend group or weekday. You are at liberty to choose. Look at flexibility #2. If you don't want to go with either weekend or weekday, you are at liberty to select some courses with the weekend and select some courses with the weekday. Both group exams, which is written on Friday, you want to critically listen to this. Examinations that are written on Friday are usually for both groups. What are the groups? The weekend and the weekday, right? So the morning paper of Friday's exams is usually repeated as the third session on Saturday. Not just any Saturday, the next day. If you look at your examination slip, please, for the foreign students here, have you come across that phrase, that clause, that said if you miss an exam on Friday morning, if you're unable to go for the exams on Friday morning, you can take it on the next day, not just any Saturday, as the third session. You are also at liberty to change your exam center. Take, for example, you have printed your exams to write in Zaria. You know all your details, your whatever, you'll be able to access the exams here in Zaria. And all of a sudden, your attention is being called in Kaduna, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, name it, where we have centers. You will not be denied to write the exams. All you need to do is to communicate. You get there, we will see it, and we will just add you to the back and we'll take your exams. Do that for it, not ABU DLC. Are we flexible? Okay. It's only ABU DLC that will do that for you. Go and write it anyway. What are the benefits of the flexibility of ABU DLC exams? Increased accessibility. If your family is in Abuja, you're here and your attention is needed, if you get there, you can go and write your exams. Nobody will deny you. Reduce stress. You will not be emotionally stressed. Oh, I'm going to miss this semester exams. I have planned to graduate next year. If I did not write this exam, it's going to affect me. No. The doors are open. Okay? Improved performance for both the students and also ABU DLC. At least we are proud and we are happy that our students have gotten whatever is it that they need. We also don't want in any way to deny you or, stress you out. Better time management. If you are not in any way to be denied writing exam due to unforeseen circumstances, then your time for graduation for everything has been calculated and is going to be achievable. And also increased inclusivity. We are for all. Our hands are open. Okay? We are for every one of you. And I want to wrap this presentation by this saying, with us, learning is a pleasure. It is indeed a pleasure and not an ordeal. That is why our doors are open to everyone. If you have any problem, anything, communicate and we'll tell you how to go about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Halima, for doing justice to the topic. We'll go straight to, before I call the next presenter, please, for DLC students, we would like to see changes in this semester's examination that is coming up in September. Like Doctor said and stressed the need for us to always read. In fact, as a DLC student, your email should be your friend. Your email should be your number one best friend as a DLC student, because most communications go through your email. And this examination venue she's talking about, we usually communicate to students by your email, your examination venues, but you keep seeing this the repetition of students missing their venues, and all that. Please, this semester, we want to see changes in that aspect. I would like to go straight to call on the next presenter, the portal manager, and he'll be talking about course registration portal, the LMS portal, and the CBT examination. And after him, the librarian will also take us on the e-library. Yes, Mr. Ibrahim, you have the floor.
Okay. The director, deputy directors, DLC secretary, librarian, deans, program coordinators, staffs, students. Good morning, all. Otukoya Ibrahim Ashwan, the DLC portal manager. So I'm here this morning to present on the DLC portal. So please, you need to be very attentive because it will be interactive. I'll be throwing questions. You understand? So I'll be throwing questions, not that I'll just be talking and some will be sleeping. So just get set. I'll be picking it at random, please. So the responsibility of the DLC portal manager, managing the central portals, allocation of tutors to students at the beginning of every semester, then attending to student challenges on any of the portals. In this setting, we have new and returning students, right? Good. And I guess you've been assigned, you all have tutors for your courses, registered courses. Okay, so it is the portal manager that does that. So, and if you have any challenge, maybe IT challenge, our numbers will be displayed at the end of the slide. So about the portals, in DLC, we have the application portal, the registration portal, the learning management system portal, that's the online class, exam slip, deferments, academic request portals. We have the exam logic and result checker portal. So the application portal is the first point. That's where you apply, get admission. And after applying, like 24 to 48 hours, you receive notification. Then you'll be mailed to go for screening. So after the screening, okay, you'll be mailed to go for screening. Then that's when you come for physical screening with your credentials. So for the purpose of this presentation, I won't be saying much about the application because you're already shareholders, you've already paid. So we'll be talking about the registration from the registration portal. So now let's see the activities on the SIS portal. If I say SIS portal, it is Student Information what? System. Louder, please. So that's the registration portal. So the activities on it is how to log in, how to change your password, how to edit your profile, then how to do course registration. You know, immediately after screening, maybe if you come with your credentials, we now notice everything is intact. You have your maths, English, and the other requirements. You configure you on the portal. After configuration, immediately you receive a login. That's your what? Username and what? Password. So it is that username and password you use for logging into our portals. So who can tell me the format of the username? How does it, is it email or what? Huh? What? Yes, it combines your names. If you have like two names, like Ali Ibrahim, it will just merge the two together. It will not be Ibrahim Ali. If you have like three names, if you have like maybe your name is Ali Usani Ibrahim, it will now be Ibrahim, capital what? Then you all know the format. Because some students will be calling that I can't log in. If you ask them, what is your username? They will now send email. I said, no. You already received this login immediately after your configuration. So now, this first page, when you log into reg.abbdlc.edu.ng, that's URL for the registration portal. Immediately you log in, this is what you first see. You see username, password. So the first there is to enter your username, and when entering the username, you need to be very careful. Don't use all uppercase. The way you see it, that's the way, mostly it is lowercase, except if you have three names, then the middle name will be in capital. Then the default password is what? What's the default password? Huh? Password 1. That's the default. By default, you receive password 1 as your password, but you can still change it. It is advisable you change it. The reason why I just told you, because even more students, they will tell you, my password is password 1. You can still change it. You understand? Because initially, that is the default the center gives you. You have the right to change it so that people will not be checking your pages on your behalf. So once you log in successfully, it will bring out this page for you. I guess you are familiar with that page. I know some of you, after you're receiving try to be doing this thing yourselves. Don't just take it to maybe a cafe and say, please, do it. They will just go up, they will register wrong courses for you. You understand? This is very easy to navigate. So with this, and after this presentation, we'll send it to you so that at least it will guide you. Because next, as a new student, you don't need to come to the liaison office or to the center for course registration again. It can be anywhere to do your course registration. So now if you want to change your password, if you click on change password from that first page, it will bring you here. You see enter old password. What's the old one? That's the default, password 1. Then enter new password. You now create your own. And don't go and create a password that you forget. You put @ exclamation mark, full stop. It's too much. Just calculate in something that even you, very easy for you to remember. Then the third one, confirm the new password. So while creating your password, there are rules. Look at the rules there. It is case sensitive. What is the meaning of case sensitive? Now, good. If you start with capital, if you create your password with capital letter, if you want to enter it with capital letter, that's the case sensitive. Then it must be alphanumeric. What is alphanumeric? Alphanumeric. Good. So alphanumeric means you combine lowercase alphabet and numbers. You understand? You can write Otupo and 1. You see there are combinations. Or 1, 2, 3, B, like that. You combine them together. Then the character size must be minimum of what? 8 characters. If your name is Sunny, you're on your own. You understand? So if you have Sunny, for example, you can put Sunny 1111 like that. It must be 8 characters. So you match them together. So you have to be very careful if you are changing your password. So how to edit your profile? Immediately after screening, it is expected before you pay, you edit your profile. Don't come later and say, I want to. No. What are these profiles? Number one, you can't edit your name. That's the rule. Because some of you, maybe somebody, because you have a case of a student, they pay for somebody to go and sit to the writing exam, for example. So after the end of this thing, the person I want to change that, you now brought a lot of affidavit to say no. You understand? So there are some things that you can't edit on your own. You need to contact the admin. But your date of birth is very important. You edit it. You upload your passport. You understand? For the first time, you can update your passport. But after you update and save, you can't change it again. Do you understand? If you know it is that cafe man that's registered you, that you are using his passport, for example, go and complain. Immediately after this presentation, you'll see our emails. We complain with valid reason. You understand? Because out of this valid, we might ask you to go to court and do some things. So because we don't take it, you can put somebody's passport, and now later, maybe after a semester to go, you now say you want to change passport, it will not work. And remember, the passport was found out on what? On what? Certificate. So please, if you know you've put somebody's passport and this is your first semester, after this presentation, come, you can still change. But immediately after your first exam, you can't change passport. Am I communicating? Then secondly, your email. Most of all these messages we send is via your email. There are a lot of students that normally go to cafe, maybe to apply. All these cafe men, they are doing business. They have a lot of emails. So just use this one, don't worry. Don't worry. So any message you are sending, the man will be receiving it. So if you know you've not been receiving email, you still have time to complain. Do you understand? Because there are vital, all information is sent via email. Like this orientation, we sent it to you via what? If you come to your door and say, take, you have the tomorrow, it's via email. So please, if you know your email is having issue, you can do that too. So these are to the page for editing profiles. But for your passports, if you don't have issue with passport now, please let us change it for you. After exam, you can't change anything again. So the next thing is course registration. Course registration. The previous presenters, they mentioned maybe 12 credit unit course, and so on. Are you following? And this payment, this courses is tied to payments. Please listen. This course you are registering is tied to payments. For example, the undergraduates, they pay how much? How much are you paying? 15,000 per course or how much? 10,000. What of the PG students? 20,000. Good. Please, if you have paid money for a wrong course, for example, don't go to that portal and deregister yourself. If you deregister yourself, you deregistered your money. Okay, you are following. If you have a problem, maybe you mistakenly pick a course, maybe an elective that you don't want to pick. You know, you've already paid for it. Don't go back because you see the register. You now click. If you just click on that register, automatically you deregister 10,000. So you still need to use your money to pay. So if you have issue with course registration, you need to contact one of the admin so that we do the swapping for you. Else, you still need to pay for that money. So this is the page you do your course registration at the beginning of every semester. You just select you go to transaction, fees, then how many of you did this yourself? How many of you? Yourself, you come and do it now. If you know you do course registration yourself, let's do it. You did, I thought you were more before. So please, let's learn how to do this. Because there are a lot of scammers outside there. You understand? They are there just waiting for lazy people that don't know how to do something. They'll just scam you. Please, it's very flexible. You can do it yourself. Just log in with your username and password, click on transaction, fees, select your courses. We normally send the list of courses to register for you, isn't it? So just select. After selecting, after you select, you scroll down, you click on what? Pay fees. After clicking on pay fees, it will bring you the payment gateway. You can either use your card or transfer. You understand? You enter your ATM information. You all know the ATM information. Is it 14 digits and so? You enter it there, you now click on pay. Immediately you pay, it will send an OTP to your email or your phone number. The OTP is what? One-time password. It is what will authenticate that payment. You understand? So if you now enter the OTP here and click on authorize, the money will be deducted from your account. And immediately you receive an alert that you've paid. So please, scammers know all this. Sometimes somebody will just call you on phone. Please, I'm your bank manager on Saturday mostly. That they know you can't rush. You can't go to bank on Saturday or Sunday. That they are trying to edit your phone number or your date of birth is having issue, that they will send something to you. You understand? They will send something to you. That something is the OTP. Immediately, they will not tell you, please, if I send that thing to you, send it back. I don't know the bank managers. Why can't you have access to it yourself? So immediately you send that thing to them. So you need to be very careful, please. Because you have a lot of people. If you try to block this way, you will break another way. So let's be very careful, please. Then sometimes, who have ever seen this type of error? This payment error like this. Sometimes, you know, we are using a payment gateway. Maybe if you try paying with this VAP card, it doesn't work immediately. Instead of you to wait, you now borrow your brother's card again. Please borrow my own pay. That one did not work again. You borrow on something's card. You now use like several ATM. The payment gateway will block your page for 24 hours, thinking maybe there are a lot of fraud. You understand? So they will block the page. So if you see this type of error, don't even call anybody. It's after 24 hours because it is bank issue. So those of you that normally pay, maybe if they say registration is closing on Friday, those people that normally pay Saturday or Sunday, if you see this error, the next semester. Yes, no. So please, let's avoid late. You see, it's because of all this find error and so that if they say, please, deadline is so thing, try to pay. Some of you will say, I will not pay on time because I don't want to be group leader. I'm in group leader in this course, I'm in this course, isn't it? We always get feedback. You say, go and pay, sir. Me, I don't want to pay now. Because if I pay, last semester I was group leader in 3 courses. Who told you is the lecturer that will select group leader? It's the system. You understand? Because there's a student that calls around 7 o'clock, the last opening we did, that 4 days, on Sunday. When she said, this error, I say, save journey till next semester, because there's nothing I can do. Even the bank, who will you call to resolve this case 7 o'clock in the evening on Sunday? So please, I know we have financial issues sometimes, but at least since you know you are doing DLC, even though it is saving, just say, okay, every day I'll be saving 15 naira for, you understand? Just try to save. We know it's not too easy. May Allah make it easy for us. Thank you. So that's all about the registration portal. Any questions before we move to the learning management system? Any question? Yeah, okay. You can now pay yourself. Thank you. So the second one is the learning management system. That's the online class where you interact with your tutor. You see, we don't have physical class that you come. These are our own class here. And I guess you're all familiar with this page. You're all familiar with this page. Yes. So this is our own class. The same username and password you use for your registration, that's the same thing you use here. So immediately you log in, you will see this. This is the interface. This is the first interface you see. So after that interface, if you click on your courses, you see that place there. So like for these students now, how many courses did this student register? Huh? And this student, no tutor for now, right? Is there tutor in this? Huh? Yes. Is there tutor? Yes. How many tutors? Okay. What of the last one with 0? What's the function of that? Sub what? What is the meaning of subgrouping? You see, this subgrouping is done by tutors. Because a student will call me, Sami, I don't have tutor. If I say, send me screenshots, I will now see 6. I think we group you now. The remaining one is for your tutor. And most of the times, this tutor will not group until when they want to give what? Group assignment. If I don't want to give group assignment, why would I start grouping you, for example? No, my tutor has not grouped me. So different complaint. If your tutor, you know, there are some tutors that immediately you assign them students, they will first group, but they will not give you the assignment yet. There are some that they won't group until they want to utilize the group assignment. So don't blame anyone. So if you are still 0 there, meaning the tutor has not yet grouped you, and immediately the tutor group you, you will see it will count. So like for these students, the students register 6 courses, and the students have 6 tutors. So you are good to go for that. So now you can see the registered courses. You see your tutor's name. Now, if you want to know information about your tutor, the same way these tutors knows your information. So you can get their information. Instead of you, before you start calling your coordinators, first get the contact of your tutors there. You understand? So how do you get contact of your tutor? Huh? How would you use the platform? Okay. Like if you click on a particular course, it will bring you to this page. As you can see, do you see about tutor? So you see your tutor's name, the email, and phone number. So if I were you, what would I just do? If I'm doing Cox 101, I will just write Cox 101 tutor. I will save it. You understand? If you go to Cox 102, click save the tutor's name. So your tutors are the first contacts. Call them, sir. I'm your student. I'm assigned to you. When you understand? Wait now. Calm down. I say your tutor is your first contact. So if you now call the tutor, the tutor does not respond. Don't stop there. Chat the tutor too. Just follow all these means of communication. If you call somebody, maybe the person is busy. Like now, look at our quality assurance. He has been writing since morning. He's taking note of some people online, those online. So if you call him now, I don't think he will pick. So just drop a WhatsApp chat or you text the tutor. So if you now notice the tutor did not do anything, the next thing, don't call director. Call what? Who are you to call your coordinator? You understand? So just follow the steps. So you call your coordinator. After this, they will share the coordinator's contact for you. Don't worry. If you call your coordinator, so your coordinator knows even the tutor better than the director because maybe the director doesn't even know the tutor. So the coordinator now will now call, your students have been calling you. So if you call your coordinator, the coordinator did not pick. The next person, we have deans. You understand? You call the dean. If the dean too did not respond, you can now start, you can now call the maybe DD card, call the director. Do you understand? But right from day one, don't just, without calling tutor. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Thank you. So now, the forum discussion. On the LMS, we have a platform where the tutor can be chatting with the tutor. That's utilizing the forum. It is text-based, and I guess the tutors have been using it for you. So it's text-based, we have the gradable. That gradable, maybe it's just like, you know, there are some of you that don't like attending class. They will tell you, I'm very busy. If you know you're busy, because some of you think this is adult education. I say, this is not adult education, because you are earning the same certificates. It's just the mode of delivery that is different. So if you know you are not ready, you can just save your money. You must attend class. You see, they say 75%. You see, the tutor will be in the class. Some will not even come. So sometimes the tutor utilizes to interact with you. So you see, just like a normal, type your text in the comments, you post, the tutor will see it, then you post again. Maybe the tutor posts, you see, you reply, you do thumb up, like, and so on. So that's what is happening on their forum. So the next is assignment. After maybe some forum discussions, the tutor will test you. And you know that our assignment is over what? Somebody displayed it there that time. Over what? Huh? 5. What type of assignment is 5 marks? Individual is 5. Initially it was what? 15. But now it is 5 marks. Then we have another form of assignment which is group. How many marks? Good. So we realize how many? 10. We have another one. Gradable forum, 5 marks. Then the quiz is how many? 15. So this total CA is what? So if I were you now, be aiming what? At what? 30 over 30. 25. So, me, I will aim at 30. So if I aim at 30, I might drop to 25. But if it's say 25, maybe you drop to, you understand? So this is your assignment page. You are seeing 2 colors there. One is green, the other is red. Which one should you avoid then? Red. You see, red is always danger. Don't allow your assignment to turn to that red and you've not submitted. If it is green, green means it is still what? Available. Some of you, a tutor will give 2 weeks for assignments. If you just say 2 weeks, there is time. So you are just deceiving ourselves. And you know, you have like 8 courses. Immediately another tutor will throw his own too. You will check 2 weeks, there is time. So that there is time. When it is now a day before, you now start rushing. Some of you will go and carry your birth certificate and upload because you are rushing. So some of you do it intentionally, thinking the tutors don't read the assignments. Some is not intentional. So to avoid all these issues, it's very simple. If you just get a jotter to do, you can write Cox 101. Deadline is on 12. You can even set it on your phone. Do you understand? Because if this thing turns to red, you now start calling. Somebody that his father has died in 10 years, you say his father died yesterday. Sir, please, my father died yesterday. What? They'll start bringing different excuses. And we are all matured. For me to start begging somebody, guess it's better I do the right thing. Because the moment you start begging somebody, the person your respect will reduce. Just do the right thing, avoid calling to beg. Am I communicating? So please, let's try to avoid this red on our page. Because once it sees red, meaning it is closed. You can't submit again. So now if you want to submit your assignments, if you click on view, it will take you to this place, you upload. Sometimes the tutor will tell you what documents. Some of you, because of Wasabi, you go and start putting PDF. You won't read instruction. What are you, maybe you say maybe the tutor should not use your document because if it is one document, you can still edit. Who told you they don't edit PDF? When they say Word, use Word. If the tutor say PDF, if the tutor say Excel, read instructions. Do you understand? Read instructions. So you upload from here. After uploading, you send. Immediately, you notice successful. If it is not successful, you will know. Do you understand? So that's all about assignments. The individual and group assignments, where you submit. The next one is the quiz. You see, this is where the main mark is now. So you need to be very careful. This is where the main mark is. How many marks is there? 15. So out of 30, if you lose 15, there's issue. So please avoid when they just set quiz. We sent a memo. Is it last 2 weeks or last 3 weeks? That's use of what? Use of what? You know, we sent it. Some of you, maybe you are using you bought your phone 300,000. You now want to use it to do quiz. You think it's expensive. Now, if you are using it to take the quiz, somebody now called. What will happen? It will disrupt the connection. Then automatically it will even save. It will log you out. The tutor will be seeing that you've taken the quiz. But you will not be saying, no, I did not take the quiz. You will start explaining. So please, you have systems. You can even go and borrow system for quiz now. It's 15 marks. Get your system and make sure you are ready before you take the quiz. Don't go and say, let me go and peep the questions. The moment you click on start, you've already started. If you click on start, you must submit. If you submit like that, you're on your own. And don't be waiting for others to do their quiz best before you do your own. Because we know your tactics. So what we did now is all the tutors now, they have like 200 questions. Since the mark here is on this quiz now, your 10 questions will be different from my own. So if you are waiting for somebody to finish his quiz and screenshot for you, maybe at the end of the day, you end up missing the deadline. And all these things, they are part of the course material. It's not outside. So please, let's be very careful. So if you click on the continue, so it will take you to the quiz. So the next one now is our grade book. Always check this place. This place, the grade book, because as the tutor grade you, automatically you see your score. You need to see your assessment before exam. So if you notice your tutor have not graded you, and you now see it is like a week to exam, and you've already submitted the assignment, call the tutor. Because the memo sent to all tutors is that you must finish grading 2 weeks to exam, at least so that you will know your fate, whether to be serious or not. But if you score 30 over 30, you still have how many marks waiting for you? 70. So you still need to be serious. Don't think you score 30 over 30 in CA that you've already passed. No. There are some students that score 30 over 30 and they still fail the course. We have a lot. So please, this is your grade book, always monitor it. That's there to show whether you've been graded or not. So the other features on the LMS, we have the studio, resources, the F menu and the extra. The librarian will come later and talk about the e-library. So for the studio, that's where you see your tutor live. In the live class, you can enable your video if you like. It's not mandatory for you to enable your video, but at least when the tutor is talking, you'll be listening. Sometimes you see somebody will be driving in expressway, but just to show that the person will now put, just show that the person is physically there, but mentally driving. The person will now on instead of it to mute your mic, you will now leave it, you get up and down. Some people, they will bring their children. Because there was a time I was having class, and I now told them, see, I have 3 kids. Maybe I'll bring them, they will start shouting. So let everybody bring the children. So let's shout. After 20 minutes, we end the class. So please, if you are taking this online class, always mute your mic. Do you understand? Because if you put it on, you are distracting everybody on the platform. Do you understand? So that's all about the learning management system. So we have other portals. We have the exam slip, deferment, and academic request portal. After this, like a month to exam, the exam timetable will be out for you to maybe take leave from office so that you know how to schedule. So a day after, the exam slip portal will be open for you to go and select where and how you want to write your exam. It's very flexible. As Didi Akkad said while presenting, we have weekend. You can choose weekend only. You understand? Or you choose weekday only. If you like, you can mix, maybe write Cox 101 on Monday, Cox 102 on Saturday. The way it is on the timetable. Or you can write one exam in UK, write one in Kano, write one in Jeddah, write one in Port Harcourt. There's flexibility. But the only issue is don't come to exam late. And there are some of you, after giving you this opportunity to select, you now see them, nursing students. Sorry, but please, I want to reschedule. They will reschedule. You've given them flexibility to choose. But on exam day, and maybe on the attendance sheet, that's why all those people that are normally rescheduled, their name is not on the attendance sheet. Because you schedule 50 students to write social exam. They will come for rescheduling. And maybe you have 50 scripts. So those that come for, where will you get script for them? If not, because sometimes the manual is okay, just add extra scripts. So please, we won't take that. Take your time to know how you want to write your exam. All this. So all this. You know, their mind now will go to that. Okay. So as I was saying, please, before you select your exam, the courses on your exam, make sure you know how you want to write it. Don't come later and say, I want to reschedule, please. Then we have deferment portal. That one, it allows you to maybe do semester deferment or course deferment. Initially, we have what we call exam deferment, but now we don't have it again. So let me explain the exam deferment, the way it works before, like for the returning student. If you maybe before your exams, you might defer exam, your CA will be kept. So we now see that students are just misusing it. Somebody will just go when he sees it, now court claim that he's sick, that he wants to defer exam. So now on exam day, if you defer any exam, you will take it again, no CA. You need to take it afresh. Do you understand? So that's why we even remove it. If you go to the deferment portal now, you will not see exam deferment again. You just see semester and course deferment. So the next one is the academic request. Maybe after you finish the program, you want to apply. You don't need to come and say you want to apply. You can apply. You will apply online. So on the portal, you can apply for a statement of results, your local transcripts, international transcripts. I forgot to tell you something. Do you pay with cash during registration? We have scammers. Please, don't pay cash to anybody. You understand? All our things, the payment is online. Somebody might tell you, no, don't worry, I will pay for you. We've already told you our own. If you go and pay, it is you and that person. You understand? So this is the portal for the all these requests I just mentioned. This is the portal. If you want to print the exam slip, you want to defer, you want to make academic requests, this is the portal. You just enter your registration number and your state of origin. Once you logged in successfully, it will bring you here. You can see learner support. We have capable IT guys here that if you make any request or maybe any complaint, they will attend to you. Reasonable complaints. So then we have the exam slip, we have deferment, we have academic requests. So anyone you want to utilize, for example, if you click on the exam slip, it will just display the courses to register that semester. For returning students, you should be used to it. The page, it will show, okay, you will see this place. So you'll be expected to select the date. You normally see 2 dates. You select one of the dates, but before you select, that general content will send to you. First go and look through it and know the date you select to come in. Then after selecting the dates, you select the venue. You do that for all the courses you submit. So if you first submit, it will bring out some information for you. Check. Most of you don't read, you just check. All those checks are the rules and regulations for taking this exam. Don't come late, don't come with phone, everything is there. So read it before you check. If you click on deferment, it will take you to deferment page. You see the semester deferment and course deferment. So for the semester deferment, maybe you registered all your courses. Maybe after like 2 weeks, you now decided that you are not ready. You can do semester deferment. If you do the semester, all your courses, maybe you pay 20,000, then the courses will be assigned back to you. Not automatic. You need to, maybe if you are to take it the next semester, you need to call one of the support that, okay, I'm ready to take the course. So now they assign the course for you. Don't think it is automatic. You need to call. Then the other one is course deferment. It is of 2 ways now. The first way is maybe you register 10 courses, you now feel the courses are too much for you for that semester. You can drop like 3, 4. But don't drop in such a way that the minimum will be less than 12. You have to be very careful while dropping the courses. That's the first way. Then the second way, which is the one we swap for exams. Maybe you are writing the exam, you know, maybe you are sick during the exam. Instead of doing exam deferment, you can still do the same course deferment the next semester for which you assign the courses back. You understand? Huh? What is semester deferment? You say you understand now. What is semester deferment? So you are just sitting and doing. So we'll share the slide with you. Don't worry. So if you click on any of the deferments, it will list all the courses you registered. So you cannot select anyone you want to defer there. You click on defer, pay, but you need to upload reasons why you want to defer. It's not that you just defer like that. You need to upload why do you want to do the deferments. So from there, you can see the payment is also online. You don't defer with cash. Do you even know, none of you even know our conception there. So everything is with your card that you do the payment. So now you cancel, okay, we don't even need to cancel deferment again. Because if you've already paid, so you need to be very sure before you defer. If you have paid that 20K, for example, later I now say, I don't want to defer again. That's your own risk, so because the system will not transfer the money back to you. So you have to be very careful. Then the academic request, maybe if you want to apply for statement of results, transcripts, and so on. So you can do it from here. From here, you type there, you pick the type of request, you upload, and you make your payment. So it will be asking whether you want to pay with card or transfer. So that's all for the deferments. So the last one is the results portal. Results portal. You know, like on campus, the results are pasted on what? They will paste it on the board. You go and start. Sometimes you see somebody's grade, you jump in. Not knowing it's not your own. But for us there, our everything is online. You check your results online. So once you notice the result is out, we'll send a mail. Please always read instructions. You can see instructions there. There's instruction, not even there. If you load the page, you see instruction. They will tell you, use your registration number, use your state, and even the state. What's the condition for that state? The first letter must be what? Capital. So all the instruction is there. So once you select, but you need to pray first before you check. But with your prayer, you can't change anything. You can't change anything. So all the exams you've written so far, even though if you graduate, it's still there. You understand? You can see like these students are used. The students started 2020, 2021. So all your results per session, semester, everything is there. So once you check and you notice, it will now display your result for you. So this is the result for this student now. You can see this student is somehow brilliant, 3.57. She mentioned one grading point that time. This 3.5 falls under what? Huh? Okay. The what of that CGPA? 4.48. Which was class? Okay. Since some of you are sleeping when she showed you. That 4.48 is what? It's this second class offer. First class start from what? So these are our contacts. We are available, not in the midnight, please. Because some of you will still be calling. You will still be calling, though we say 24/7, but at least when we are sleeping, you should know everybody should be sleeping. You understand? You can't call me 3 o'clock. You expect me to stand up and treat your case. So you can get it. That's my contact, and the other one is from my assistant. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that presentation. The librarian, I would like to call on the librarian of the Distance Learning Center to come and give us his own presentation. We are just trying to buy time. Yeah.
Down key, directional key, down one. Good afternoon, all. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. And of course, if you look at the program or the menu of the program, you realize that we have just very few minutes to conclude this orientation. So as directly mentioned, I would like to skip some of the slides and go straight to the e-library. So I'm going to allow a few seconds for you to go through the slides, but the main discussion will be on the e-library. So thank you very much. Once again, welcome to this important orientation. As you're all aware, the Ahmadu Bello University Distance Learning Center, does everything to make its students, comfortable. And one of those things that the center does is to make sure that our students have access to relevant information resources. And these information resources cut across, course materials, the one you see on the LMS, the moment you register or you log on to your LMS. It includes recommended texts, like subject textbooks, past question papers, and also access or links to other databases in the university. So what you're seeing on your board is the back end of the e-library of the center. So this is similar to what you're going to see at the first interface the moment you log onto the e-library. You can also access the e-library via the LMS. I'm going to come to that as time goes on. So the URL for the e-library of the center is elibrary.abudlc.edu.ng. The search panel is there where you see E.G. Nursing. And of course, you can easily search the e-library by subject or the course code. For example, if you're a nursing student, say you want to search for COM or NURSE 205, you can search using NURSE 205. Or if you have the title, maybe pediatric nursing, you can also type in the subject if you like to search the e-library. If you look at it, there are a number of menus on the e-library. The one I want to draw your attention to is the ABU main library. Apart from the resources you see on the e-library, you also have access to the ABU main library. The ABU main library is made up of online databases. These databases are free and subscribed ones. So the moment you click on that menu, ABU main library, it's going to take you straight to the central library of the university. As ABU distance learning students, you are equally, you equally have access to all the resources and facilities of the university. So the moment you arrive on this page, that is library.abu.edu.ng, you go straight to the resources menu. And you can see the drop list there, the Arabic resources, meaning information resources on Arabic literature. We also have digital repository, like where we store student projects, master's projects, undergraduate projects. But for the central library, that is the Ahmadu Bello University Library, you can also have access to PhD, thesis and master's, dissertation. We also have other resources government documents, and so on and so forth. But the important ones I want to draw your attention to is the open databases and subscribed databases. There you have multidisciplinary databases. Unfortunately, it's not captured here. Or the information I provided in the first slide, you can always link up with the library, and we'll be there to guide you. So this gives you access to information resources to make your learning accelerated, so that you are not confined only to the course materials, particularly when you're given assignment, and for those students who want to explore other sources of information. Unfortunately, I do not have the student interface, but it's similar. So you can see the menu resources on the LMS. You can see the drop list there, the e-library. I mentioned earlier that you can equally access the e-library via the LMS. So the moment you click on resources, remember the password you're given, one you use for the SIS portal that was mentioned by the portal manager. You can use it to access the e-library. It's just one central login. So you click on e-library, it takes you to the e-library.abudlc.edu.ng that I showed you earlier. So I think that is all I have for you now. This is just about delivery of other essential materials to our liaison offices. So of course, apart from the e-library, we also provide some essential services that includes the research clinic that guides you how to use information resources ethically. From experience, most students, when they are given assignment, they just do copy and paste. They forgot about the ethical and legal implication of doing the copy and paste. So we have the Telegram platform also. In addition to the information I provided in the first slide, you can contact us and we can equally guide you further. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Salil, for that well-elaborated presentation. Thank you too for Portal Manager's presentation. I would like to call on the deans and the quality assurance officer to give us this Q&A.
Thank you very much, the director and other principal officers of the center. Good afternoon. Yeah, first of all, before we check on the question and answer session, we want to plead with our students present to please give us time to handle some of the questions and concerns we have online, because we have lots of them. But very, very important, I want to, first of all, appreciate our consultants, the EduTech. They've tried to do a lot of justice to some of the questions that have been raised online. Thank you so much for that job. But before that, we also have some complaints that we do receive from tutors, especially concerning our students' attitude. A lot of them have been addressed, but just for the sake of emphasis, I want to go through some so that the students should be aware that the center knows some of these things that you do that is not good for the smooth running of our programs. And one of it is the fact that many students who fail up to turn up for lectures, and at the end of the day, they will be complaining that tutors do not teach. Please, we want to encourage our students to try out their best. We know that it's a distance learning program, and then sometimes we don't expect everybody to be online or to be real time, but it is expected that once you agree to have lectures at a particular time, you try to turn up for them. That is very, very important. Also, some of the students are too unnecessarily arrogant to the tutors. Yes, in as much as you are respected, you also need to respect the lecturers too. Don't feel because you are somebody, if you are somebody, you need a certificate. And that certificate is being given or will be issued to you by the school. So you need to respect those that will issue that certificate at the end of the day. And I believe during the presentation of the card, it was mentioned that the certificate is earned in character and learning. So it is very, very important. And then some of the students who call tutors at off hours, the portal manager just mentioned it. Yes, we know that there's this, will I say, a notion that we operate 24/7. Yes, we do attend to issues 247, but that doesn't mean that students should be calling tutors or staff at night and want to be attended to. And once you call and then your call is not picked, you start complaining that you are not being attended to. Please try and make sure that you call within working hours, because the tutors and other staff also need to attend to their family issues. We are all human beings. That is very, very important. And then there is also a complaint of students always failing to submit assignment at the appropriate time. And then they will be calling for extension of time. Please, examination, in whatever form, whether formative or summative, is very, very important, and timing is part of it. We are expected to keep to time because, for example, if you're expected to write exams within 2 hours and you do not meet up, you'll be asked to submit your script and you'll be marked with any other person that submitted earlier. It's the same thing. When you fail to submit your assignment on time, it's part of examination. Please make sure that you try to keep to time, and the fact that you may be granted the request to reopen is not a right. Yes, what we always emphasize is that we encourage, or the timeline for the center is 2 weeks. For every assignment should last for 2 weeks, except quizzes. So please, if a tutor gives you an assignment and he's asking you to submit in less than 2 weeks, call the program coordinator. He's going to address that, because we know that it's part of the flexibility, and we know that students do get a lot of assignments at the same time or within the same period, and it is not easy for you to navigate, let's say, having to treat, let's say, 50, 30 assignments within 2-3 weeks. I will know it's not easy. So please ensure that tutor give assignment and it lasts up to 2 weeks. That's the only way you can be attended to this. And then some students who approach tutors to bribe them, especially if they cannot meet up with their own part of the budget. What I mean by doing what they're supposed to do. You want to bribe tutors and the rest, please, it is not allowed as far as the Ahmadu Bello University is concerned. And we also want to use this medium to tell you that any tutor that asks to pay money for anything, please report to the center. And that's the problem we always have. Yes, it's very, very important that students don't like speaking out. When they have challenges, they're afraid that if they speak out, the tutor or the center may, no, it's not like that. Please, if you have any challenge or if you are being intimidated or asked to pay money for anything, speak up. I think the secretary called me to our office last week. Some students came to report some of these kind of behaviors. We don't tolerate it and we don't encourage it. Please, no tutor should ask you to pay money for anything. You pay your school fees. If there is need to pay money for anything, you get communication from the center. And we don't also want to entice or try to bribe our tutors. It's not good. So please take that. And then we also get complaint, and we've observed that some students do get out their elements for vendors to handle for them. You get strangers, they will just tell you that you can manage your assignment, and then you give them their password. Sometimes when those people submit the assignment and they are marked and you score low, you start complaining. How can, for example, maybe you are in computer science and someone that read political science is handling your elements, and you're expecting, because we have ChatGPT and then AI that can solve assignments. Assignments are done within context, and the lecturers will take their time to scrutinize. So please make sure that you manage your portal yourself. If you fail honorably, instead of allowing all these things to happen. So we want to promise you that just the way we're having this orientation, we always have training with tutors. We had that, I think, last week, and we've addressed some of your concerns. We'll continue, but please make sure that you reach out to us so that we have enough information to be able to address. Thank you very much. So I want to call on Dr. Miriam to read out some of the questions she has, the one we jotted online. Then I will also add what I have, then we'll address them before we come back to those of you that have discussed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon once again, everyone. Part of the questions we received online are as follows. So we have so many questions. I'll read what I have here, and then my other colleagues who are the deans will also address some of the questions raised. So the first one has to do with certificates, master certificate for PhD. Someone said, can we use the master certificates we obtained from ADUJLC for PhD? The answer is yes, but you cannot use it directly, but you have to go through MPhil. If you have MBA, for instance, or MPA, you have to pass through MPhil before you go to PhD. So it's fine. Then another question has to do with regularization. Someone said, what or how do we regularize our JAMB? Secretary, I know you said it before, but I think they still need more clarification.
Thank you very much. The way you can regularize your admission is through JAMB. Like I mentioned, if you go to any of the JAMB accredited center and ask them that you want to regularize your admission, there's a provision for that. They'll just do the registration for you, and you bring your JAMB number to DLC for us to update. So you just go to any of the JAMB accredited center, including ABU DLC. We do it here. You get all the necessary details and then you submit.
Thank you very much, Ma.
Okay, thank you, Ma. The next question has to do with exams. Someone said he wants to clarify how exams is done. The person said, is it one course per day? It can be 1 or 2 courses per day, which means 6 courses, you need 6 days for exams. No, we have 10 days for exams. You might have 2 courses for a day or a course for a day. We have a period of 10 days to spread your courses across. Then in case of missed exam due to lack of excuse from work, what can be done? Should in case you miss your examination, you can apply for emergency department, right? But mind you, when you come back for the next semester to take the courses, you have to take over, you have to write courses again. You have to take over all the courses again, not just that exam you missed. Then how reliable are exam dates in terms of taking excuse from office, booking flight tickets, etc.? Yes, that is more reason why we normally what they call it? Our timetable for exams is only out 1 month to exam. So at least you have ample of time to decide on what dates to book your flights or take excuse from office. Then for examination malpractice, someone is suggesting that our halls, which we use for exams, should be equipped with CCTV cameras to prevent allegations of victimization claims. Yes, all our examination halls have CCTV cameras across. In fact, from the entry to the exit, we all have cameras watching your movement throughout the examination period. Then still JAMB regularization. Okay, someone said he needs more light on NYSC issues. He said we really want to go for NYSC for history purpose. So I don't know. I think that's been addressed already. Then someone said, can I use my BNSC certificate from ABU DLC to apply for Masters in America? Oh, yes. Then again, someone said, please, does the certificate carry DLC? No, it doesn't. The question goes like this. Please, we don't have liaison offices in Abia, Imo, Anambra, Enugu, and Ebonyi, including the exam center. So I don't know what the GD admin have to say about that.
Thank you very much for this question. I also noticed a lot of complaints online from the students. In as much as ABUDLC is very flexible, we also take some factors into consideration, especially when it comes to establishing liaison office and establishing examination centers. Liaison offices are usually created to make things easier for our students, but it's not possible for us to have offices across all the states in Nigeria. But what we do is we bring at least ABDLC, if not to your doorstep, but very close to your doorsteps. For example, if you go to Southwest, for example, Lagos was the only center in those days. But currently, we are at the point of establishing additional one in Akure in order to bring ABDSC closer to those that are a little bit far away from Lagos. For South-South, the most important factor is the security of our staff and the security of our facilities, actually. You see, in Southeast, there is what they call sit at home. A lot of people are saying we should come and establish examination center in the Southeast, but practically it's not possible because our exam runs throughout those 10 days. So if there is sit at home on Mondays, it means we have to lose about 2 days for our exam, which means additional cost for us to reschedule the exam. But during the last exam, I was in Port Harcourt. There were delegates from states which include Imo, Akwa Ibom, and Delta State. They came to meet me and they said Akwa Ibom is not part of the states that observe those sit-at-home issue, and Akwa Ibom can cover for Imo, Enugu, and other neighboring states. So we have started discussing on how to go about maybe establishing an exam center in Akwa Ibom. Continue discussing with the approval of our director. Inshallah, we are going to establish a center there, at least to cover those states where there is sit at home. They can easily come close to stay closer to them where there is no sit at home to write for the exam. Thank you very much. You want to make addition?
Yeah. Actually, in addition to what the Didi has just said, there's what we call sending surveys to this part of the country. We don't just open liaison offices anyhow, depending on the number of students in those regions. At least we open a liaison office or an exam center if we happen to have like 150 students willing to be with us. Otherwise, it might be waste of resources to open liaison office, be paying for rent, paying for staff, and then the CBT centers where applicable. So we do send surveys to students to be sure that we have so number. But in most cases, the number we do have, we usually get is not really encouraging. But we'll keep on exploring and see if the number appreciates, then we should be able, I think, to do something like that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. So I think most of the questions I have here are basically about agitating for exam center and exam office in Akwa Ibom, Anambra, Osun, Umuahia. They said that Umuahia and Abia is a very peaceful state. We actually need a center there. Another question has to do with nursing sciences. A student said, is there any provision for the students to write midwifery and public health exams to be certified?
Thank you. Regarding the professional public health exams, actually what we do is to liaise with the conventional campus Department of Nursing Science so that we index our students on graduation, because that is a prerequisite before we index our students for public health exams. But for the midwifery, it's not allowed by the regulatory bodies for us to index, for the regulatory body to give index number for that professional midwifery council examination. So in summary, what I'm trying to say is that on graduation, the Bachelor of Nursing Science graduates have this advantage of right of taking public health examination. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay. A student asks about their student ID card. Student ID card. Mrs. Gary. Okay.
Yes, every semester we make sure we collect all the information that have to do with the students. Once we're able to get hold of your files, we process them, we send it to the university for production. So every semester during exams, you have the opportunity to pick it up at your exam centers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Someone said she is based in Qatar and is asking where the process center is for her to come write her DLC exams. So I think the process center is that of Jeddah, UAE. What about internship? BNS, yes.
Okay. The issue of internship for the Bachelor of Nursing Science student is not approved for distance learning, graduate. Reason being that it is expected that you have your RN certification, and that is one of the requirements for admission. So it is believed that you have experience. Already you are experienced and employed before you enroll for the program. So the requirement is that normally the reason for the internship is for you to acquire that skill. So you already have RN certification, and it is expected that you have that skills. So it's not allowed on this platform. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. These questions, this question will go to the DLC management, but I think I'm going to push it down to the secretary directly. This student said that, are we aware that LASUT does not recognize AB certificates for BNSC?
Thank you very much. We are aware of that, and we are on it. This is a political issue that will be resolved as soon as possible. Reason based known to them, but we are trying to see how that can be done, because some of you, most of the students in LASUT or Lagos State Axis are aware of the fact that we are having issues with with LASUT because of our practical activities, postings and other things. So it is basically political, and then we will solve the problem as soon as possible.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question has to do with getting the recordings of the version of the orientation we just had now. Yes, I'm going to send that to your email, Scott Willing. And this one asks about selection of lectures. Selection of lectures. Health Assurance Officer, I need to talk about it.
Yeah, thank you very much, and good afternoon once again. So as you know, the way the practice is on the distance learning platform, it's not like the conventional system whereby you are expected to have a rigid timetable where you attend lectures based on that. Once that is done, it means that the aim of distance learning or the virtual learning is defeated. So we don't have a strict timetable, because part of the reason being that students also are not expected always to be online to be taught because we have what we call the synchronous and the asynchronous. I don't want to go into that. But most importantly, we advise lecturers to fix lectures both evening and very weekends. And that should be done strictly. But in an event whereby you have a lecture that is clashing with another, please call the attention of your program coordinator. He will talk to the tutor so that they can see how the timing can be arranged to carry more students along. But one thing we observe is that sometimes students are rigid because I got this complaint, we jotted it. Sometimes students will insist that this is the time that a lecturer must take. And sometimes another lecturer may have taken that time, but others in the class will still insist that that time must be taken. So the problem sometimes is always from the students that you don't even agree to your ideas. You don't harmonize your ideas on when the timing should be. We also appreciate the fact that some students are proactive. They create timing and then they fix time. When the lecturer is about to take a time, they will tell him, no, sir, Oma, another lecturer has taken that time. Please use also time. We also encourage lecturers to do that. But please, having a kind of a rigid timetable, the way it's done on campus is not possible. But please, we'll continue to work together to see how we can get that resolved. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. For convocation, someone said, are they going to come to Zaria for convocation? Yes, you have to come to Zaria so we can see your beautiful faces. Then, same question about program coordinators details. Please, we will try as much as possible to make those available to you. Please, at the point of your screening, their emails and their phone numbers. Then, must you register for elective courses? Yes, you have to register for elective courses because they form part of your credit units, which you must earn before you graduate. For instance, for a 5-year program like the BNSC, you must obtain at least 150 credit units before you graduate. For a 4-year program, that's 400 level 4 years course or program, you must obtain at least 120 credit units before you graduate. For a 3-year program, that's if you enter through DE, you must get at least 90 credit units before you graduate. Then if you enter to special admission, that's at 300 level, you must get at least 60 credits before you graduate. So that is, so electives are actually important. Then someone said there's a problem with the range of second class lower degree, the points. So I don't really get his question, but I think he's talking about the points. For a second class lower degree, you must get between 2.5 to 3.49. That's second class lower degree. 3.49, sorry. 2.4, sorry. That's from class lower. Someone said, is the postgraduate examination done with paper and biro or with computer network online? It's paper and biro, please. Paper and biro. Please fill out matriculation number written on a certificate. No. Yes, it's written on a certificate. Someone said, is the time of the semester exam statutory? Can anything change at any time? For now, it will not change. So it's statutory. Our exam statutory will not change. Once it's out, it's out. No changes whatsoever. Where do we get our examination slip? Master manager.
Okay, for the exam slip, like a month to exam, when the portal is open, we send mail with the link and the guidelines on how to print the exam slips. Thank you.
Someone is asking about how do people are not good in computer navigate through our exams during CBT?
It's very straightforward. But the thing is, you must have basic knowledge, like how to work with the mouse. You understand? You don't need to boot anything. The system is already set up. You only just for you to be clicking to the next. So it's very simple. It's very simple.
Yeah.
Someone said, how can I drop a course? How can I drop a course? I registered to elective instead of one.
So, I mentioned it. On your own, don't drop a course. If you want to drop a course, just contact the support. We'll be registered for you.
The last but not least question has to do with examination on Sunday. Do we write exams on Sundays? Yes, we do, but after service. Thank you.
Yeah. So please, sorry, let me just add some few questions which our DG Akat and DG let me address this issue of course material. They've been asked the question on why don't they get course materials and the rest, which is very, very important. Course materials. You can answer it. Thank you. So please, as it is now, we've stopped production of course material at the center because of the cost implication. So we always advise students to make do with the soft copy because actually you can print it out yourself, but what to do after downloading the course material, you can chunk out some of the information that you may not need to study. For example, like the preliminary pages, the self-assessment questions, the references, and what have you. When you are able to chunk that out, you can you reduce the course material to a limited number of pages that you can print and make use of it. That is very, very important. And then I think the next question next concern that students raise is the issue of why are we not having virtual examination? So please, it's very, very important. We are not allowed by the National University Commission to have any form of virtual examination. Examination must be physical, and that is why we conduct it that way. And then the last issue has to do with issues of LMS. Students are complaining that the LMS have not been working, and then they find it very difficult to join. Please, we advise that before you use, when you want to join the LMS, make sure they have a good internet connectivity. And another problem that students do have is that whenever you join the LMS and you are using your phone, for example, and a call comes in, it will disrupt the whole process, and then it may be very difficult. But please, whenever you experience a challenge or let's say a glitch with the LMS, continue trying. It will log you in subsequently. Please don't just give up and think that the LMS will be used. And please, we always advise tutors to use the LMS. In case tutors are not using the LMS, because we got complaints that some tutors are using WhatsApp. WhatsApp is not a platform for teaching. It's just meant to aid communication. Please alert your program coordinator whenever tutors are not doing that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Quality Assurance and the Deans, for the Q&A segment. Ladies and gentlemen, whatsoever has a beginning as an end, we have come to the end of this program, and I would like to call on the Deputy Director. You have a question? Okay, sorry. So please, if you have any other question here, please, can you? That's right. If you have a different question to ask, please. But if there's a question that has already been addressed, please, let's take note. Yes, please, can we have your question?
Thank you. Some have been addressed already, so I'll talk to the ones that have been addressed.
Okay.
We noticed some of the instructors because have been experienced. But we notice issues of scammers coming in, for example, the coordinator spoke about such a thing. We had somebody an admin of 3 groups planning and then educating others. So what he does is he comes in, tells them he's a level student, and then tell them they can manage their assignments, and so he charges them for the whole semester and they keep everything. So when they look at completing the tutors and asking questions and putting the information, they now share it. But I now advise them, please, as a student, you don't have anything to do with payments when it comes to completing assignments. And so then I sent his information to some of the staff here, but somehow he manages to keep coming back to those WhatsApp. So if there's a way PLC can help us send details about those university, or if they are students or if they are outsiders, if they can be investigated. The second question I have is with respect to
Continue.
Okay, sir. With respect to the regularization, is there a fee being charged? for JAMB regularization. There's a chart for it. Thank you. And not from DLC, from JAMB. It would be great if we knew so that we can prepare for it. Then the last question I have has to do with the projects, the program coordinators. We need to have their contacts. It will be very helpful. Thank you.
The contacts will be made available to you, but for issue of those that always call to manage the assignments and the rest, they are not scammer per se, but they are, well, I said, they just make it like, let me say, academic entrepreneurs. So I don't know how to, but they do that. In fact, some of them will be post, like in Abuja, they will tell you they have a consultancy. They will tell you their office and where they are and the rest. So as a student, you are not expected to even allow that to get to you that someone is managing your portal. And then why are you a student? But the center will also take steps to see how they can address that. But as far as they're concerned, they are doing a legitimate business. But that's our country. Sorry.
Please, it's just an observation for our studio classes online. We notice that most time when you try going back to the studio class to get most of the recordings being done, we don't usually have access to it. When you play it, you are not even hearing anything from the studio class, the recordings.
Yes, I also want to speak on that studio lectures. Most of the times, as for me, since lecture started, I go online, the lecture is going on, I will not hear what they are saying. It's just mute, but I can see everything going on. It's not as if I'm logged out. I'm there, but there is no voice. So most of the times what I do, I'll just wait behind till after everything, I'll just go to discussion and read through what has been discussed there. Then another thing again, I want to ask, when it was being spoken about the quiz, that we shouldn't use our phone for quiz, what about somebody that does not have access to laptop around him or her? How can the person go about it? Because it's not everybody that have access to laptop. Then in terms of the IT and the teaching practice, is it permitted for somebody to do his teaching practice where he is working? Because they might not give the time for you to go to other place since you're already an employee of that place. Thank you.
Okay, for the quiz, you know, some of you normally go to cafe to do your registration. We are just advising. You might use your phone throughout the semester to take quiz. Nothing will happen, but the risk of interruption. So if you can go to cafe, for example, just take like how many minutes, I don't know how they do it there. Then you do your login and do your quiz there. Huh? SIM. No, we are not talking about data. It's about a call. Interrupt. Yes. No, for the voice, the SIM is from your own device. You understand? Your audio. You know, sometimes if you are trying to log in, it's hard to enable audio. No, check. Because if like 70 students can listen, maybe hear what the tutor is saying, and only you, for example. So just check your, or maybe try using, if I ask you to use system now, you say you don't have system. Try using a system or another device. You understand? But if it is only that is not hearing what the tutor is saying. Okay. You see, sometimes it's me, I'm just saying maybe network or the audio aspects.
Thank you very much. Dr. Sani, you respond to the yes.
Okay, for the Bachelor of Nursing Science student, the students are allowed to do their teaching practice where they are working. But the point remains that at that particular point in time, the student should know that he is not a staff, he's a student, because at the end of the day, there is going to be a formative assessment and summative assessment. So, and that is why during our marketing, we said we have lots of flexibility without compromising standard. So that is one of the flexibility you enjoy. But just have it at the back of your mind that for that point or during that period, you are a student. Nothing more, nothing less. Thank you.
Thank you very much for all your contributions for the questions and answers. We have come, you have a question again?
Yes.
Okay, to be shared. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We have come to the end of this program. I would like to call on the Deputy Director, Administration, to come and give us the closing remark. Sir.
The Director, sir, please permit me to stand on the existing protocols. Let me, first of all, congratulate our students for being one, ABU students, and number two, ABU DLC students. Of course, we are all made to believe that ABU is ranked the best university in this country. Agreed? Yes. I'm also happy to tell you that ABU DLC is the best distance learning center in the whole country. So I would like to congratulate you for being our students. Somebody once challenged us that he wants to know whether our center is the best or not. So he gave us simple task, which I want to throw the same task to you. Just open your Google page and type Distance Learning Center in Nigeria. I'm sure the first page that Google will display is ABU DLC. This is also confirmation that we are the best in the whole country. We are very flexible in all our activities. Flexibility in terms of application, we have one of the most user-friendly application portals. Flexibility when it comes to registration. Flexibility when it comes to screening. Flexibility when it comes to taking your lectures. Flexibility when it comes to deferment, add and drop. Flexibility when it comes to examination. Flexibility in whatever we do. Our doors are always open. Please, we have our help desk. Send whatever complaint you have, and then the phone numbers and the email addresses that were shared to you, make use of them. Finally, I want to sincerely appreciate the lead director of the center for having time to come despite being weekend. And despite the fact that the mantle of leadership has just been handed to him just yesterday, myself and the secretary politely told him that we have an orientation today, and the only word he told me was that I will attend. My entire appreciation also goes to the other principal officers, the deputy directors, the center secretary, and other principal officers for finding time to come despite the fact that it's weekend. They sacrifice the leisure of enjoying their weekend to attend. The deans and the program coordinators also send our appreciation to you for gracing this occasion and for being very active from the beginning to the end. Our students that are here physical, you are also very welcome. We want to appreciate you for being part of this occasion. And I pray that you are going to conduct yourself. Remember, you are ABU students. So whatever rules and regulations that governs the students that are on campus also applies to you. So please try as much as possible to abide by all the rules and the regulations of ABU students. And I wish you successful journey back to your various destinations. Those that join online, we also appreciate for being with us from the beginning to the end. All your complaints, all your observations, those that we read out here and those that were not read out, were adequately taken care of, and we are going to respond to it in an appropriate time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Deputy Director, for that closing remark. Please, can we close this program with a prayer, a word of prayer, please, in our individual differences? Amen. Thank you all for coming and have a nice weekend. Arab. We're in digital age. MMG.